Happy hump day, coming off another winning day. Let's talk some more basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're here to talk some more NBA action. If the video just looks a little different here and there, I don't have Ryan, the editor, tonight. That's right. So I will be doing this all on my own, but it should look pretty close to what it usually does. So anyways, we won. It was small profit. It was a wild day. We will talk about that recap in just a little bit, but nice to have another profitable day. Quick MLB reminder, our first MLB Best Bets video will be out Wednesday night for the Thursday slate. It's almost opening day. Not many better days of the year than opening day MLB, that's for sure. But if you don't know, we're going to have a ton of research help, a lot of stats every single day for you for the MLB season, so stay tuned for that. But any graphics you see in this video, you guys know, are from an app called OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. I use this every single day. If you guys want to try it out, because now we have MLB coming up, NBA is winding down into the playoffs. All you have to do is click that link below in the description. You get a 7-day free trial, and I'm telling you, it saves a ton of time and gives you some winners if you learn how to use it the right way, of course. But anyways, that's what we got. Let's get into it, and that means it's dad joke time. So here we go. I got an email explaining how to read maps backwards. It was just spam. Okay, in this video, we are going to recap that 2-2 profitable day yesterday, and then we're going to give you the injury report and back-to-backs, and then talk defenses versus the small forward position, and of course, because it's hump day, that means we're going to talk the G's of threes, and then we'll finish it up with the best bets and the bets recap. If you haven't already, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. Leave a comment below. If you have any time at all, if you're new to the channel, come join this awesome community. Click that subscribe button as we're on our way to 40,000 subscribers. Let's get this party started, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is, a 2-2 day, but thankfully we hit the 1-unit play to make it a profitable one. Darius Garland gets the job done in the fourth quarter, going over 22.5 points. LaMelo Ball, I went nuts on him on Discord and X because, well, let's face it, he was horrendous, and he still somehow cashed. This man had 5 fouls in 17 minutes and then went bonkers in the fourth quarter. I still stand by my statement that I think he is one of the most overrated NBA players out there. I think he's got a lot of raw talent, but he just doesn't know how to use it well. Either way, he got hot in the fourth quarter, cashed for us. I thought that one was dead. Thank you, LaMelo, even with all the trash talking. Andrew Wiggins, he was the one that was terrible. 10 points. Him and Jimmy Butler were horrendous. It wasn't a very good game, to be honest with you. It was sloppy. It was a blowout between Miami and Golden State. But Andrew Wiggins did not get the job done. I think he was 4 for 14 or something shooting. I mean, you just can't do anything about that. And then Jalen Green at 26.5 points plus assists. Luckily, we had a winning day, but I'm pretty irritated. I'm not going to lie. It's because Jalen Green, I would never take this bet without Amen Thompson. I just flat out wouldn't. And Amen Thompson went from not being on the injury report to all of a sudden, now he's out. I mean, it just is what it is. There's a late scratch before the game started. I knew we were in trouble. So anyways, we take a 2-2 day. Overall record, 278 and 227. We are now up 27.34 units. I know my face is not in the corner. I'll work on getting that figured out once on my own when Ryan's not here. But again, I'm editing this on my own, so it looks just a little different. But either way, that is the recap for Tuesday. And now let's take a look at the injury report. All right, there it is. It is a small 6-game slate. We start Wizards at Sixers. Middleton, Smart, and Keyshawn George all out. Grimes is probable from what it looks like. He just rested last game. Again, check as the game gets closer to game tip-off and all that. But the rest of the team pretty much out. Drummond, Oubre, the usuals are out in that one. Lakers at Pelicans. LeBron and Rui are both probable. Other than that, it's a pretty healthy game there. Clippers at Knicks. Brunson and McBride still out. James Harden, who got hurt last game, is questionable for this one. Raptors at Nets. RJ Barrett has now been moved to probable, but Emmanuel Quickly, Jakob Poeltl, Cam Johnson, and Day'Ron Sharpe are all out in that game. So Quickly and Poeltl for the Raptors, and then Cam Johnson and Sharpe for the Nets. And then Bucks and Nuggets. This is brutal. Damian Lillard out. Giannis questionable. Jokic looks doubtful. I believe he is out already. Gordon and Braun are questionable. I mean, just a lot of big-time players there. And then Celtics at Suns. Tatum looks doubtful. And then Horford questionable. And Bradley Beal is still out for the Suns. Now, teams on a back-to-back. There's only one. And it's the worst NBA team against the spread on a back-to-back in the entire NBA. The New York Knickerbockers. 2-9 ATS. It has not been pretty. Obviously, they play a ton of minutes. No Jalen Brunson now. So just want to point that out. They are playing the Clippers, who are the favorite in that game. So That's what we got for the injury report and back-to-backs. Now, let's talk the small forwards. All right, we start with the defenses giving up the most points to the small forward position. We don't have any matchups here on this slide, but we do have the Nuggets playing 23.5 points given up. If the team or players in green, obviously that means they're playing today. All these stats are last 30 days. Not a lot to go off of today at least, but hopefully you guys use these throughout the week and weekend until we do it again next week. Jaylen Brown there, 20.6, OG Anunoby, 19.9, and RJ Barrett averaging 19 points per game. So that's what we got for the points. Now let's take a look at the rebounds. And we have two matchups. The Bucks facing Michael Porter Jr., who's averaging 8 rebounds per game in the last 30 days. Bucks giving up 8.7. And then the Sixers, 8.5 given up. And Justin Champagnie, or Julian, I believe that is, for the Wizards. Sorry, got the wrong champagne. But anyway, 6.3 rebounds per game. So those are the two matchups we have for that. And now let's take a look at the assists, and we only got one matchup. The Nets facing RJ Barrett. Again, he has not played for a little while, but he is probable. 5.3 assists per game. Nets giving up 4.8. With the Nuggets up there giving up the most assists to the small forward position at 5.3. So that's what we got for any over matchups. Now, if you're looking for some under matchups, here are the toughest smallest forward matchups in the last 30 days. Magic aren't playing today, but they're giving up the fewest points. Clippers and Nets second and third on points given up. And then rebounds, the only one in the top 6 is the Suns, giving up only 6.1. Surprisingly, we also got the Hawks up there at 6 rebounds per game given up to small forward. And we saw that hurt us actually with a Jimmy Butler over RAs recently, and he did not get many rebounds. So anyways, but fewest assists, still got 3 of the top 10 with the Bucks, Lakers, and Suns as well. So if you're new to the channel, we do this every day, starting with point guards on Monday all the way to centers on Friday. And something else we do on Wednesdays is talk the G's of threes. All right, here it is, the hottest shooters from downtown. All these stats are the last 8 games. You have to have taken 40 or more three-pointers and shoot 40% or better. If the player's in green, that means they're playing today, just to kind of help you out so you don't have to look around who's playing and all that. But, if they played less than 8 games, we make a note there, obviously, just so you guys have an idea how many they're taking per game and all that. But Sam Hauser, how about 50%? And by the way, these were done right before the games on Tuesday, so take that for what it is. I did not count the Tuesday games. Did not have time to wait for all those stats to update. But Gary Trent Jr., 45% playing today. Kevin Durant, 60%. How about that? The Thin Man is 30 for 50. That's absolutely insane. Tyus Jones, 25 for 50. There's a reason the Suns are starting to finally play better. And one of them is they're starting to knock down some shots, obviously. And then you see Denny Avdia, 54.2%, not too shabby. And then over there on the right side are the defenses giving up the highest three-point percentage in the last 8 games to help you guys out with matchups and things like that as well. But take a screenshot. That's page 1. Now let's take a look at page 2. And we got our man, Justin Edwards, 18 for 45, 40% in the last, and that's 7 games. And then Dalton Connect, 43.2, and then some other guys playing. Another Phoenix Suns, Royce O'Neal, 18 for 43, and Zaire Williams shooting the ball really well, 47.6%, and Cat as well, 46.3%. And then there's all the rest of the guys. Again, if you like to bet points props, this can help you. If you like 3-point props, obviously this can help you as well. But just trying to give you as much info as possible. And that is all the research we have for you today. It is now time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Denver, Colorado, where the Nuggets host the Milwaukee Bucks. Nuggets minus 4.5. Total on this one is 225.5. I got a best bet. It's an over. Give me Jamal Murray over 9.5 rebounds plus assists at minus 130 on FanDuel. This is a half unit play for me here. As you guys saw earlier, it's a big injury report on this one. The news I really care about is Nikola Jokic is doubtful. I do not expect him to play. In the 9 games that Murray has played without Jokic this year, as you can see by this outlier screenshot, he's over in 6 of 9 games. Gotta love that. He's averaging 10.5 RAs per game. Now, the 3 unders, how about Boston, Houston, and Portland? And he also went over versus Houston. Different game, by the way. But those 3 teams he went under, they are elite at limiting assists. So that's not the case here. We'll talk about that in a second. But he has 11-plus RAs in 5 of those 6 overs. But just to kind of dive more into the numbers, in those 6 games, in those 9 games, he's averaging 9.1 potential assists and 8.6 rebound chances per game. A total of 17.7 potentials. Yes, hash brown math. That's without the Joker, obviously. He's also averaging 36 minutes per game in those 9. I'm expecting some huge minutes here. Overall numbers this season, just in general, Murray is over this line in 55% of games. So it's not like he can't do it or he only does it with Jokic or anything like that. The offense will obviously run through him. We know when Jokic is on the floor, if the ball has to touch Jokic's hands, and it goes through him. So this is going to be a nice one for him, especially with all the other injuries. We might see the highest usage. He's he's had this year if Braun, Gordon, and those guys don't play as well. But the matchup, overall, it's average. I'll just say that. Last 30 days, Bucks are allowing the 10th fewest assists. So, it's a little below average for assists, I guess, if you look at the last 30 days, but we'll talk about that in a second. Also allowing the 9th most rebounds, though. So, recent guards versus Milwaukee. Devin Booker, 19 RAs. Colin Gillespie in that same game, the point guard, had 8 in 21 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Keon Ellis had 15 RAs. Jordan Goodwin had 13 RAs for the Lakers when they had nobody playing that game. B-Pods had 8 in the same game. Moses Moody had 10. I mean, we've seen some guards have some big games, which is why the 10th fewest assists doesn't matter much to me. Lately, they have been struggling in the last week or two. High minutes, high usage in this one, obviously, like we talked about. So give me Jamal Murray over 9.5 rebounds plus assists as my first best bet. All right, this second one takes us out to Philly, where the 76ers host the Washington Wizards. Sixers -3 total in this one is 230. Cancel your plans. You have got to see this game. This is a barn burner. Here we go. My best bet, it's the same guy we ran back twice in a row. Give me Justin Edwards over 15.5 points at -120 on DraftKings. Another half unit play for me here. Let's make it 3 in a row. That's right. He's been on an absolute roll lately in the last 5 games, playing bigger minutes. As you can see by this outlier screenshot, he is over in 5 straight games. Not just that, he's averaging 20.6 points per game, which is what you love to see. We only need 16 from him. He's also shooting 50% from three-point range. Is that sustainable? No, probably not. But you know what? He's done it for 5 games. Let's see if he can do it for one more. And I don't think we need 50% shooting from deep just to cash this one. More numbers. He's averaging 36.6 minutes per game. Absolutely huge minutes for him right now, averaging 16 field goal attempts per game. And in fact, these last 5, since he's been getting bigger minutes, he's taken 14 or more shots. I mean, you love to see that with the volume. Matchup here, the Wizards suck, I guess, is my matchup analysis for you. Last 30 days, they've given up the 9th most points to the small forward position. Edwards is a guy who can also attack the rim. We've seen that in the last few games. And also, if I could talk, been lethal from downtown, as we've also seen. We have a nice 130 total, or 230 total. Man, talking is hard tonight. Nice 230 total and a good pace here. I think Edwards gets a lot of chances. Again, 14 field goal attempts is our floor here. Yes, I know Grimes is back. I get that, but you know what? He's proven he can go over this line with Grimes over and over again. The 4 before this last one, Grimes took off, so it's not a big worry for me. Grimes' points line, is also something to look at, but it's a lot higher, obviously. I like what I'm seeing from Justin Edwards, so give me Edwards Scissorhands over 15.5 points as my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to Indiana, where the Pacers host the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers -1.5 total. This one is 235. My best bet is the guy we just took last game. Give me Tyrese Halliburton, double-double, -120 on FanDuel for a half unit. We're going to run it back. We just cashed him in a tougher matchup last game. Let's talk some Halliburton numbers again. Did you know he now has a double-double in 11 straight games? Why do we keep getting playable lines here? It doesn't make sense to me. Last 10 games, he's averaged 12.1 assists per game on 20.8 potential assists per game. Nobody in the NBA has more. We've talked about that. He's averaging 33.7 minutes per game. Also 20.8 points per game. If you guys are worried about him scoring 10 points, he's done it in 54 of 64 games this year. If you're new to basketball, a double-double, by the way, means you need 10 or more of 2 different categories. Here, we're going to talk points and assists because that's his, by far, most likely situation. But matchup here, the Lakers defense, it was playing well, but it has not been playing very well lately. The lack of the big man, it looks like it's actually affecting them finally, which we've been waiting for. The last 2 weeks, how about this? Lakers have given up the 3rd most assists per game to the point guard position. Enter in Mr. Halliburton. Recent point guards versus the Lakers, Corey Joseph got 5 dimes in 17 minutes. Yeah, exactly. 5 and 17 minutes by the guy with 2 first names. Josh Giddey, how about 17 dimes? That's insane. Westbrook, 9 dimes in 28 minutes. Chris Paul, 8 dimes. By the way, Halliburton averages more potential assists than all of those point guards. I think he has another big game here. Like I said, it's happened 11 straight times. Now he's got a great matchup. This was my closest to making a 1-unit play today. I'm just going to play it safe here the night before. A lot of news happens overnight, it seems like, but also it's only a 5-game slate, so we'll kind of take it easy. But I love this one. Give me Halliburton double-double as my third and final best bet on the video. Any added plays will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The three best bets so far. Jamal Murray over 9.5 rebounds plus assists, minus 130. Justin Edwards over 15.5 points. And Tyrese Halliburton for a double-double. All half unit plays for me today. Going to play it a little bit safer. Again, Indiana plays in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate the support every single day. Love seeing those comments below. Try to get back to everyone as soon as I can. But hope everyone has a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.